I'm trying to get my controller to sync up to this game, but it is not so far. I might have to play the keyboard and mouse. Not that I'd mind doing that. I like this game a lot, so I'll play the keyboard and mouse. I wonder what they're talking about in the office. I've never tried listening before, because I've never worn good headphones when playing this game before. But, like, now I have good headphones, so if I, like, listen, I can hear what they're saying, but we're just gonna start the game. That's always better. I really like this game a lot. A lot.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
How's the volume? I haven't tested anything for this one. Normally
Stanley
I test everything, but this game counts how many times you play it, so...
Employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Really?
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what Employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have
Hey, you never answered me the other day. What games were you downloading?
Every moment
it's 100%.
As though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That doesn't sound like Stanley was very happy. It seems pretty boring.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up.
I usually go to bed right after I get home from work, and then if I wake up, I stream. If I wake up and it's like, you know, 2 in the morning, I'm like, I'll go back to sleep. And if I wake up at a better time,
shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
They removed one of the things in the original Stanley Parable, or at least the last time I played this version of it. I could have sworn, like if you stood here long enough, that you get yelled at. But I'm not certain. Wow, mouse sensitivity is really high. That's a more manageable mouse sensitivity. Bluey, the video game, like
all of his co-workers were gone.
Like the Australian dog thing.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Just click to interact. I now know. Oh, I ran through the door. Must forgive me. I haven't played a mouse game in a really long time. I've been relying on that controller. Surname, Access. Left your computer on, Mr. Access. Okay, hang on. I think there's. Gotta go back to 417. Spam clicking. Is it this one? One of them require you to click like 1,000,000,001 times. It's not that one. One of these ones? Nope. This one?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah. Fine, I'll go advance the story. We'll do everything the right way.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Left time. Creak.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Is there always a hole in this desk?
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How have I never noticed that before? What does it say? Ongoing. Targets. Push for fawn. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh, that's good. That must be fun. I hear it's a really good show for this generation. Kind of like the... I'm trying to even think of like what to compare it to. There was this other sibling show I watched as a kid with rabbits in it. But I don't really remember the name of that one. Papers are too synergized. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of, and then the future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Employee 417, 405, 491, 416, 431, and Jim. So everyone's a number designation except Jim. What are your future dreams? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition, and don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passively aggressive on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Yes! Max and Ruby! Oh my god, how did I not know that? Now the theme's playing in my head. Broom closet. We like the broom
Stanley
closet.
stepped into
The
the
broom
broom
closet's
closet,
my friend.
but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, I'm good. And last I checked, I didn't see a track. There's only hallways out there. It's kind of like the back rooms. Am I in the back rooms?
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Sure
no
is.
reason to still be here.
It's my broom closet. You can't take that away from me. Oh, it's control in this game. I was like, I know I can shift, but what's the
It
button?
was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yep. Good old FA. That's actually my favorite thing to do, is F and A.
Are
Even.
you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Yes.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I like your accent. Talk more funny, man. Speak to me.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Uh-huh.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention
I wish you could jump in this game, but you can't. I wish, and like, if only there was something else in here.
Maybe
some
to
more
you
things.
this is somehow its own branching path.
It would be if
Maybe
there was anything
when
in
you
here,
go
but
talk
there's
about
not.
this
Can I
with
turn
your
this off?
friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
I like the way everything was
I
spelled
hope your
in that.
friends find this concerning.
Because it makes you sound like a silly little goober. I just want to get to the end of this because I like the
Stanley
end.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey,
He
that was
probably
very
only got the
mean.
job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Bruh, how dare you speak such slanderous things to me? You're not even listening to what I
I've
have
come
to
a
say,
very
are you?
definite
No, you
conclusion
interrupted me.
about what's
Isaiah
going
is.
on right now. You're dead.
Yeah, I died.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
Yep.
And you collapsed on the keyboard.
Dead on the keyboard. That's why
Well,
I'm
in a
like holding all the
situation
buttons
like
down.
this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello?
That's probably a good idea.
Anyone who happens to be nearby?
That wouldn't
The
work. I
person
wear
at this
headphones when I play
computer
video
is
games.
dead.
Nice try.
They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Aye, aye, Captain. You know what? You got me. You drive a hard bargain. I will leave.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I guarantee you I can.
You too? Unbelievable.
Yep.
I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Nope,
A
just me
fish?
here.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Well, don't sound so sad about it. I was just playing a little goof that went on for a really, really long time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
When I first played this game, I thought you could go backwards, because I was like, oh, I'll go down the stairs as a joke, but then it didn't let me go back. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Oh, okay. I've got the feeling. Yeah. I screwed that up even more. I'm just gonna give up. There's a little picture right here of a little farm. This might be a helpful tool that'll help us later or something, whatever that term is. And it just says CL on top of that building. If I could zoom, this would be amazing. But I cannot. Cup. Band-aid. Extreme bathrooms. What does it say? I'm too blind. I can't jump. And then Time Magazine has a clock on it because it's, you know, about time. The beige pages as opposed to the yellow pages.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Oh, I was so close. 2845. Yeah, see that? I would have gotten it. I would have figured it out eventually.
By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad.
I mean, I literally almost had it.
The correct code.
If I had just picked 5 instead of 4, I would have gotten it.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Where? Oh, let's see. The newly opened one right here. Wow, that's quite the thing. There's just a guy straightening his tie. I wish I could read that. That's too far away. It's too far away. Okay. Anything over here? No. Got a little basket. Yay! Down we go, riding the elevator. It's a pretty looking light.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, really? I think I could go back up, but we'll just come straight back down anyway. Because there's literally nothing back the
Stanley
other
walked
way.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, it says escape this way. Blah. That's probably fake. Hello, camera. Can't click on it. What a shame.
The lights rose on an
numbers.
enormous room packed with television screens.
It is.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
We'll fall the next time we
Did
come
he
through,
have the
because if I
strength
fall
to
now,
find
it
out?
ends the story, and we're not looking to end it yet. And I think I could have just walked right off there, so. And I think I could do it here too with this chair. Maybe? No, now I'm not sure. Yeah, I can. Cool. Just making sure. I've got 2 options here. Cameras!
Monitors
Oh
jumped to
my!
life, their true nature revealed.
102 was
Each
fired.
bore the number of an employee in the
Well,
building.
that one had something else on
Stanley's
it. Can you
co-workers.
switch back, please?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
No? Okay.
And
Well, fine.
Stanley,
Be that way. We'll
one
get
of
it next
them,
time we come through.
eternally monitored in this
Oh,
place where
there.
freedom
It is
meant nothing.
234. That's it. That's the only one. Alright, so I guess 234 will be a number we look for later. Wait, was that 528? Yeah, we're definitely not ever seeing that. That was not even a thing, so there's definitely no way it goes up that high. I must call the elevator.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
It's all
Had
fake.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Every time I let go of my mouse, it slides a little.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No, it's not
Had
possible.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. Aren't we all blind to the world until we open our eyes? Did I see something? Oh. It would help if my hand was on
But
W.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
I think that's what the
Walking,
colored buttons are.
eating, working,
There's a puzzle
all of it
here, and I've
monitored and commanded
never
from
been
this
able to
very
figure it
place.
out.
And as the cold
with all the
reality of
buttons
his
around here?
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this
These numbers
machinery
all here?
would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once
Okay.
and for all.
Mind something. I don't know. Power off. It is over. We have shut down the system. It is ours. It belongs to us.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wow. Look, it's a parking lot.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility.
I don't think I've ever actually beat this the normal way. Like, I always
This was
get distracted by
exactly the
something
way,
else.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And it fades to white. The end. That's it. Game over, guys. We're leaving. Packing up for the night. Get your first achievement. There's an achievement for getting your first achievement. One of the achievements in this game is don't play the game for 10 years. So this game is really hard to 100%. Because, you know, you have to wait 10 years. We're employee number 427. B employee.
All of his
427.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Beep. Is it this one?
Oh, please.
Yes.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you
Yep.
think an achievement is worth? No.
I'm like super clicking.
can't just
I think I
give
could go
these merits
faster than
away
when
for
I
such little effort.
just press A.
Measly 5 clicks.
Yep.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
I've probably
I would
already
say
clicked it
that's
more than
the
20
kind of
times.
effort
Are
that
you
warrants
counting?
recognition.
How about now? That should be well over 20. Click one more time. Ah.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing
Really?
true effort for a noble cause.
You're kidding.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
Alright, we'll get 50 in no time. Working while working, so I won't be able to hear for a bit. Hey, that's cool, that's cool. We'll still be here. I'm feeling pretty good. I'll probably be streaming for hours tonight, too.
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be
It
a
means
true
something to
reward
me.
for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Give it to me. Give
I
it
want
to
to see
me.
commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no
I
matter
will
what
go all the
cost.
way. Give it to
Why
me.
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
That's probably why I was thinking 417 earlier. Was because of that. Yeah, we still gotta turn all the computers off. I'm trying to save power up in this business. Okay. Great, input received. 417. 417. Get some clicks in here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I think 437's back in the office. Back by our office. 437. There it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yes.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Let's go. 415. We can do it. You can do it. Come on.
Now, back to door number 437.
I wish you could sprint. I would have so much hustle right now. You don't even know. Back to 437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The copy machine. We must go to the copy machine. Can I click that? I thought I saw something. I can click it. Oh, okay. Copy machine. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. What the heck? How dare he leave his computer on? Ah, copy machine. I'm coming. Oh, it's definitely not that way. I almost walked too far. Where is it? Am I silly? Oh, is there no copy machine in this layout? Oh, there it is.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
We'll get there. My legs are just stubby right now.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can do that. Let me just, yep, there it
Yes!
is.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Anything for you, sir. 416.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Yes, we can feel it. Feel the earningness of this clicking on a door 10 times.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
very proud of how far we've come today.
I'm just
think,
that good.
Only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
Yes, it was.
Really now, what were you thinking?
It was worth 5 little clicks.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, you see, I don't wanna. We're gonna go on the one on
This
the
was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
We're doing
Perhaps he
everything
wanted to stop
antithesis
by
to
the
you
employee
this
lounge
round.
first, just to admire it.
I'm sure we go through there eventually, right? Maybe when we're following the line.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this
I was kinda hoping it said a swear word.
room. Stanley
Cold
simply
drink.
stood here,
Go for it,
drinking it
right
all
now.
in.
Water. Water tastes pretty good. More of a drinking water type myself. Not much of a
Yes.
Not much of a spring water guy.
Really worth it being here in the room.
Yep.
A room so utterly
Does the time pass?
captivating.
It does
that
pass.
even
Can I
though
just
all
stare at
your
this?
coworkers
Is it
have
close to the...
mysteriously
No, it is
vanished,
not.
here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
I was hoping it'd be close to
Really
real
worth
time.
it.
It's almost real time. If it was, it's off by like a full hour and in a couple minutes. Dang, does this clock
At
actually
this point,
move?
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
Yep.
And reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Yep. I just want to
It's
see if the
possible
minute clicks
that
over.
this is
Oh my
why
god, it
everyone
does.
left.
They coded the clock. That's amazing. Game gets extra points for coding a clock that doesn't need to be coded. There's an actual
Stanley
real
sat
amount of
around
time
waiting for more
happening in the
dialogue,
game.
but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yes. What's the message? Give me the message. Staring at this clock and doing absolutely nothing, waiting for your verbal cues. Perhaps not. I guess we can't wait. We'll wait a full minute. It's been a full minute. A full endgame minute.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Yeah,
and
it
took
was
the
great.
first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, right. Why would I do that? I don't want to commit yet. Fine, we'll go this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yep, back on track. Down the elevator shaft. Complain about it. Do it right now. Say something. You won't.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Left?
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
What if I made that? Is that even possible? Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yep, no problem. You just figure out your choose your own adventure story.
Let's see, we went
Style
down, right,
thing.
left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now.
He's
this
clapping.
story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Can I not go that way? Can I go through one of the other doors? I specifically want to go through this door. It seemed the most enticing. Please let me go. Okay, fine, be that way. We'll not. We'll not this time. You've got a big old van there. What's up with the van? What's the van doing?
No. This isn't
on
right
here?
at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay. Eyes are closed.
We just
They're
have
not.
to back to it. Oh,
But don't
who am
tell
I
him.
kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Nah.
The whole story completely unusable.
No,
How
don't say
about,
that.
Rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
We
this
don't have to
time,
do that.
Suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
Can I just
Okay, from the top.
do the same thing again? We're gonna do the same thing again. Cause we're gonna do the same thing
All of
again.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Could it mean?
Stanley
What could it
decided to
mean?
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
If
missed
the computer's
a memo.
not here, we are gonna go to the meeting room because I need to click that computer every round. The one with the purple dot on it. Well, so far so bad. Yep. Okay. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait.
What happened to the room?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
I don't think
Everything
you did.
should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room?
No,
with all the
how could I?
monitors? Did you move the story somewhere?
Why?
or-
How would I?
Hold on. Why am I asking you?
Yeah.
I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah. So how did we get
It was
here?
right here just a minute ago.
I'm sure.
I know for sure.
I believe
that it's
you.
here somewhere. Okay then.
I don't know, man. I
It's an
never followed the
adventure.
story to begin with. So are
Come,
we sure
Stanley.
that it's here?
Let's find the story.
I do like the adventure. That line could have used a little better delivery. They should have re-recorded that line. Said, "Let's find the story." You seem so sure of yourself there, buckaroo. I think they all lead back to the room, right? Oh no, what's this? Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Yo, that's messed up. Did we find the story, Stanley? Or Mr. Narrator?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I
Yeah,
can
it's
promise
pretty
you
bad.
There definitely was a story here before.
Was there?
Do we need to restart the game again?
I think we do.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's
But
got to
we
be better
did
than this.
literally
Okay,
loop
let's
back
give
in
it a
circles.
shot. Why not?
I mean, I wish he gave me the option, but he did not. So this was a pretty bad one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Well, this one doesn't have a computer
Stanley
now.
decided to go to the
that's
meeting
nice.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
He's
memo.
got a pencil sharpener instead of a computer because he was too bad on his computer, so he's only allowed to perform his files on a pencil sharpener. That's how he's got to email the rest of his coworkers via pencil sharpener. That's all he's allowed to use. This one doesn't have a number on it, which kind of concerns me. All the doors have a number on it.
Okay, yep,
Okay,
it's
wow.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
I don't know about that,
Why
man.
don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I don't think we did, but okay. We'll give it a shot. Can I get this door open? No? It was worth a shot. Click on all the doors as we pass them. I don't think the story is this way, though. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Maybe?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
I don't think... I'm gonna be real. I don't think this is it. I wonder how many times I have to loop back. We'll go all the way to right.
No, wait.
Here.
Never
Okay,
mind.
cool.
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, but yeah. Now this is even worse.
Now
How
this.
do we get here?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
I think this is
Is this the
outside
story?
of the
I don't
story.
think so. I can't quite recall, but I
be
believe
real with
my
you, Chief.
story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I don't remember.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes, we did it!
Congratulations!
Yes, we win.
I know you put in a
Yeah,
lot of hard work, and it
congratulations!
really paid off.
I like
So,
that.
Good job.
I just wish you
Oh,
kept the enthusiasm up a
No,
little bit more.
I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, surely you won't break everything again.
All right, I've got a solution.
Oh,
This
yeah?
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sounds pretty simple. Are you sure we follow the line, dude? Because it kind of goes weird places. Oh, I can't turn it off? Damn. Really hoping I could do that. But no. Be that way. Stanley what? 4B6. Weird. 4B5. This isn't how they're normally laid out, man. I
You
think...
see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Yeah!
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yeah,
Nope. Here's a thought.
it's a...
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even
Yes.
if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply
still
by the
story.
act of
I-
moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via
Yes.
the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
dear.
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Okay.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay.
No.
Now, if my
I don't-
experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
I mean,
Whoa, whoa,
yes,
whoa,
but
whoa,
that's
whoa.
because you're a
Hang
video
on.
game.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Oh dear.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, the adventure line music. Totally not copyrighted music about marching. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, financial records, departmental accounts, personnel files, budget analysis, consolidation reports, and annual revenue. Got a lot of files tossed over everywhere. It kind of does just walk over everything. Can I just stare at this? No?
music. Go back and look at that fern.
I'm staring
Stanley,
at this fern.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
But I will never
Make
be
sure
able
you
to
study it closely
find
and
it
remember
ever.
it carefully. You
Yep.
won't want to miss anything.
Yep. I think I've got it. And we're gonna miss this fern later. Okay. I never left the fern, so I'm glad we got a
Wait,
good look at the...
We're back at the office?
That's what I was
No,
thinking.
no. Line, you
Well,
do
I
know we're
think
looking
this
for the
is
Stanley
this way,
parable,
right?
right? The story? Is any of this
Yes.
ringing a bell?
I'm not a butler, I don't ring bells. Or no, I don't have a butler, I don't ring bells. Ah, here we go, we found the story!
No, not again, Line. How could you have
Did it?
done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything
I know.
we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this
Yeah.
anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I know, that's like the 5th restart. Are we gonna follow the line again? Is that what you want me to do? Because I don't know if we should do that. It was kind of bad last time.
You know what, Stanley?
Yeah.
I say forget the adventure line. What's
I
it
agree.
ever done for us?
Screw them.
We're intelligent people, right? Why
Yeah.
can't we make up our own story?
It's like
Something exciting,
role-playing.
daring,
or improv.
mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Yeah.
Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah. Let's go. On an adventure.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you
Yes.
want our story to be?
Something
Go wild.
cool.
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Dinosaurs and space lasers and California rolls, sushi, of course. That's what we're talking about. I don't. And the Dragon Balls are there, and then I wish for the, I don't know. I give up. I wish for the Philosopher's Stone, and then I use the Philosopher's Stone
Oh,
to give
no,
myself
not
an
you again.
Xbox.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our
Or a
awesome new
PlayStation.
story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Yep, not looking at it. Looking anywhere but the line. Yeah, we ignored it and it went away.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Yes,
From
decision.
here, the story is in our control.
Is in our control.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Oh, look,
Okay,
opposing
so
to the
I
line.
know that each door has to lead somewhere.
Yes.
Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go...
Which is anywhere.
There must be a reverse door that leads here.
Yep,
And
that's
that in
both
turn
doors.
means
Both doors
that
actually
our
lead here.
destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Yep,
So
so
starting
any-
from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're
Well,
going?
where we're
And
going
since
is
the
somewhere.
answer is clearly yes, then by
Yep.
all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Yeah, of course.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yeah, logic definitely won that one for us. Totally on that end.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The confusion.
The
ending.
confusion ending.
We're
You're
playing a
telling me
confusion ending. For
that's what
17
this
minutes.
is? It's all one giant ending.
Wait, hang on.
And
Find
we're
the
supposed
line.
to restart the game what, eight times?
Venture line into unexplored territory.
That's really how
Find
it always
confusing ending
goes?
schedule. Fifth
It's all
restart. Forgets about previous
determined?
restarts. Stanley attempts to play
So
the
now,
story,
according
but is
to the
prevented,
schedule, I
unable to go
restart
anywhere and do
again.
anything. The
Then
game
what?
restarts on its
Am I
own.
just supposed to forget?
Find the line
Oh, what if
again.
I don't want to
Begin
forget?
following the line.
My mind goes blank simply because it's
Physical
written here on
replica
this,
that has
this
begun to
thing.
deteriorate.
wall.
To make up the story as the narrator
Well,
restarts the
Who
game.
consulted me? Why don't
There
I
is
get
no
to
longer an
decide?
office, simply black
Why
space.
don't
Wander
I
in
get
the
a say
blackness.
in
Find
all
a
of this?
bookstore.
Is it
Get bored
really-
and leave. The narrator
No,
restarts
it
the
can't
game.
be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's
so
going
I think
on.
we want to do this.
I
We
don't
want
want
to
to
try
be
this
trapped
out.
like
We can do
this.
it.
I
believe in
won't
us.
restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yeah.
And the timer stopped?
Yeah.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did
No.
we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this
Okay,
schedule?
so we gotta do.
How would we even know?
Find the line again.
Will someone come for us? Will
We'll go to
something
the same
happen?
way that the line was. We'll do this same
So-
section.
Okay.
We can't just sit here in the blackness forever, dude.
I guess now we
I
just
wish
wait.
I could just sit in this
you know,
chair.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story,
It
wouldn't
is
you
a kind of
agree?
story.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Nah.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well,
Yep,
in
totally.
the meantime, if you...
Oh, dang. The game restarted on its own. We're gonna do that again. We must go talk to the narrator. He's our friend and our only friend.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No, he
Stanley
forgot.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It says I wasn't supposed to be able to do anything or go anywhere. The game was supposed to restart on its own. And it hasn't done that, so I'm guessing I'm supposed to find the adventure line. So we're just gonna... We'll come back to that door later.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
You'd be right. This
Stanley
is the
knew it
wrong way,
perfectly
which is why we're going.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
No, we're trying to find the
it.
adventure line, actually. Because if we find the adventure line again...
Yes, this room.
Yep.
What a beautiful room.
Yep, gorgeous.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Wait.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Yeah, you're saying something
without
completely
having
different.
experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I know. Woe is me, right? If we hadn't come to this room, there would have been nothing for us. To continue. $1.25?
Really
That's pretty
worth it
steep.
being
I've
here
seen
in the
vending
room.
machines that are 50 cents
A
for
room
cans.
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yes.
Really worth it.
The chairs and the paintings. Now that you've pointed them out, I must check to see if any of them are different. It does not look like any of them are different.
At this point, Stanley's obsession
Yeah,
with this room bordered on
move
creepy.
on.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Just making sure that this is laid out the same. Great. We'll come back to that eventually.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't feel like it. We're gonna go this way because this is where the adventure line was before. And that's my goal, is to hit that again. I want to get this ending.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Yep. Get you confused again? Hopefully this is the right way.
It's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
You're not thinking.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Holding.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Will do. We'll head this way. Down the corridor. Oh no!
No,
goofed up.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
That's a great idea.
Suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
Gorgeous
from the
idea.
top.
Wonderful, crazy, amazing idea.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I think we did miss that memo that you speak of, sir. Totally a memo missing here. I think it's just gonna loop the same thing that we just played, so it's not even gonna give us the new endings here.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Yep,
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Was I supposed to restart the game?
Oh, did something
that last
change?
time?
Stanley,
I think I was supposed to
did you
restart
change
the game
anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No,
Did you move
no.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, I mean, it literally
was
couldn't have
right
been me.
here just a
I don't
minute
understand
ago.
why you think it
I
would
know
have
for
been me.
sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the
Adventure
story.
is out there. I don't think the story is this way. I'm gonna agree with you, Chief. But our goal is to hopefully find more dilapidated rooms, which we haven't found any of so far. Great. The office becomes more and more deteriorated. No? Everyone know what you did. They all know. They just don't like hurting your feelings, so that's why they haven't said anything yet.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there
have to agree with
definitely
you.
was a story here before.
I know.
Do we
I
just
kind of goofed
do
it
we
up.
need to restart the game again?
Yeah.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
We'll get
Okay,
somewhere,
let's
I'm
give
sure.
it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Moving back on. Doing this all over again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Are
What
gone.
could it mean?
Rain.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There are no memos that we could have possibly missed. None whatsoever. Hopefully we, yeah, great. So he'll restart again.
Okay, yep,
So we
it's
need
worse.
2
I
more
might be
restarts?
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why
I
don't
don't
we
think
go
so.
back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Hang on 1 moment. Okay, we back. Sorry about that. I think I got turned around. Although I think that's also the purpose. So
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
we didn't miss
The
anything.
story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this
Me
the
neither.
story? I don't think so. I
Sledgehammer.
can't quite recall, but I believe
Let
my
me in.
story took place
Let me
in an
in.
office building. Is that correct?
Maybe it's because
Do you
he's
remember,
forgetting.
Stanley?
Maybe
Well, do you
that's
know
why
what?
he's having trouble
Since
with
I've
this area.
completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really
yeah.
paid off. So,
I really,
good job.
really worked hard for this. Walking in
Oh,
circles and
no.
making you restart the game over and
I
over and
don't
over.
feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some
I
people
feel like I
win
did.
fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't care
kinda
what
gross
might
in
happen
here.
this time. I have to restart.
Yep, we're gonna restart. There it is. There's the line.
All right, I've got a solution.
I doubt this is the
This
way it
time,
wanted
to
us
make
to
sure
find
we
the
don't
line,
get
though,
lost,
because
I've employed the help
there should have been
of the
less
Stanley
restarts.
Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
So I'm guessing the adventure line's another direction. I'm trying to remember where it could be. I think I have to jump
You
off
see,
of something to
the
get to the
line
adventure
knows
line.
where the story
Ah,
is.
the second
It's
time.
over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yeah.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be
We're
our
gonna speedrun
destination,
this section
even
as
if
much
there's
as
no
we can,
story
cut
there?
all the corners.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no
Speed that up a little.
destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such
love
that a
it.
destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah, it sure
Well,
did.
I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Yeah, you lost
You
your
know
train
what?
of thought.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Definitely. Definitely need the adventure line theme to PM. Da-da-da-da. Follow the line. Gotta follow this little line. Actually, it's probably a footstick.
Wait, cut the music.
Yep.
Go back and look at that fern.
I don't
Stanley,
think this fern's
fern
important.
will be very important later in the story.
I don't think
Make
so.
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
I
You
do
won't want
remember
to
it
miss anything.
like the back of my hand now.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
How far
the story?
can I follow this?
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh dear. Yup, it did remind the Stanley Parable.
No, not again.
Yeah,
How
the end
could
of
you
the
have
Stanley
done this
Parable
to
with
us?
the, you
And
know, the
after we
room with the
trusted you,
Stanley
everything
Parable,
we've
yeah, the
been
room
through,
with the
you-
monitors,
No, I
right?
can't take this
Right?
anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Nah. Well, we're gonna follow the adventure line. And he's gonna be like, no, I don't want for the adventure line.
You know
Maybe
what,
we do something
Stanley?
else.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh,
Very
this all
upsetting
sounds
that I
perfectly
accidentally
doable.
restarted.
Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know.
This
How about
direction.
this direction?
Yeah, I know. You
Now,
take too long to talk
yes,
sometimes.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you
Yeah,
want
anything.
our story to be? Go
I
wild.
don't want our story
Use
to
your
be.
imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
How about,
Oh, no, not you
oh,
again.
Yeah, okay,
Stanley,
fine.
I'd also
the
like to
line
veto
again.
the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Does it go somewhere
Just
that I
don't
can
acknowledge
follow?
it, and we should be fine.
I'm gonna fully acknowledge it, and it's still gonna leave me. Yep, there it goes, up there. I don't know how to follow the adventure line after
a
that.
choice. We get to make a decision. From
Unfortunately.
here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Yes.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Can you not
Okay,
with the circle
so
and
I
the
know
walking
that
such?
each door has to lead
I wanna go this way.
somewhere, which means
I'm gonna
that
go left.
somewhere the place where we're trying
I'm
to
not
go,
confused.
there
You're
must be a
confused.
reverse door that leads here.
But
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will
I
taking the
think-
right door lead us to where we're
like,
going?
after we get this
And
ending,
since the answer is clearly yes,
it's
then
definitely
by
just
all
ignore him,
accounts,
but going
the
the
door
other
on the
way.
right is the correct one.
I
Another
have a
victory
feeling
for
that
logic.
the adventure line
Come,
is,
Stanley, our destiny awaits.
wouldn't logically that also mean that the left line is also there. Okay,
Oh, hold up, what's this?
we got about the same
Hmm.
amount of time
The
actually. I'm gonna be real.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Why? Why'd you disable
That's
that?
really how all this goes?
Adventure into
It's all
territory.
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
End up in another
wall.
building. Narrator restarts.
Well, who consulted
adventure
me?
line. Yep.
Why don't I get to
Nonsense
decide?
philosophy music.
Why
Yep.
don't I get a say
Turn,
in
yep.
all of this? Is it really?
Find the line again. Find
No,
the
it
confusion
can't be.
ending.
I don't want it to be.
Fifth,
I don't want
narrator
the game to keep
restarts the game. So
restarting.
this is when
I
he
don't want to
restarts the
forget
game.
what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't
don't think
restart
it
the game.
does
I won't
this.
do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Why not?
And the timer stopped? Does that mean did we do it?
I
Did
want
we
to get
break
this
the
ending
cycle?
though.
The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we
Game-
even know?
So
Will
this is
someone
gonna
come
be
for us? Will something happen?
no.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are
Let's find the
right
line
now.
again. I think.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Yeah.
if you...
I think. I don't know why it does that. Like. Meh, meh. That's so like scary. It actually scared me the very first time I played this. I was totally spooked out by that. Not cool game. Not cool at all. Alright, moving on to the next.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
What
they
did
are.
it mean?
What a shame.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Yep.
he had simply missed
We're
a
not gonna
memo.
do that though. We're gonna venture into new territory as the game suggests. Yeah, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's the adventure line.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I saw the adventure line. No, close the door. Bro, close the door. I saw the adventure line. We're just gonna not go this way. Dude, I saw the adventure line. It's gone. It was right there. What? Huh? But how do I go there? What? Yeah, no.
When Stanley came to
Yep.
a set of two
We're
open
going the
doors,
right.
this was not the
We're gonna
correct way to
ignore
the meeting
what he
room,
has a way
and
to say.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I think it
Perhaps
got
he
rid of the
wanted to
adventure
stop
line
by the
because it
employee
started the...
lounge first, just to admire
Wait, what?
it.
Am I headed the right way? I have a feeling I'm
The
not.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
Yeah.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's not do that. And we're gonna assume that the adventure line is this way this time.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
You'd be
incredible
correct.
he wasn't fired years ago.
Yep. How do I get up here again? Oh, there's not? Okay. I don't see the adventure line either. So we'll just hop off of here when we get on the
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can
Unless
be
I can
difficult,
see the
but
adventure
the
line
fact
from
is
here,
that the story
we're
has
just gonna
been
hop
about nothing but you all this time.
We'll just wait till
There's
it's safe.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Who?
Someone you forgot. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Sometimes.
that convinced that I
Danger
want
everywhere.
something bad to happen to you? Why?
No.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to
We get
help
closer?
you, to show
This is
you
mine.
something beautiful. Look,
Do it then.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Do
Give
it
me
then.
a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, it didn't open. Ah! Ah! This looks like the adventure line. Gagusk. I forgot which one he said. This one?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Sometimes.
Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
No.
I wanted to stop.
Why?
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here,
Didn't stop. I stopped,
let me
but it
show
didn't
you.
do anything. Okay. Nothing missing here.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Trying to get really far away from here. Is it a bucket? Oh wait, the bucket's new game content, so I might not be able to do that. This room gets reused later.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Yeah.
I actually feel
Well, we'll let you
happy.
have a little bit of happiness. We'll let it rise to the top. And then after it does that, we are dipping. Because there's no reason to stick around here. Does it form something? Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, it keeps going. I've never actually stuck around here before. I normally just dip once it starts. So, wow, that it does stuff in this room. Does it go when that finishes doing its thing up there? Does it end, or I just stare at the stars as it all fades away? slowly dissipating into nothingness beyond the darkness. Now the green. As we transition to another light, we move further into being, dancing in circles. There is more. There is nothing. Does it do something if I let it go all the way, or is it just like a loop? Like, I should look up if this loops, but we're gonna head out then. Alright, Chief?
No, wait. Where are you going?
Okay, go back.
Right. Where were we?
It does progress. Oh, it does progress. Okay, cool. I don't know how much fapping about I can do, to keep the entertainment up. I saw Whose Line Is It Anyway live. That was pretty cool. They're as funny as they always were. And one of them hasn't aged at all, and it's kind of funny. Wow, look at this. It's filling up the room. I like the serene music it's got going on. Kind of chill vibes. Kind of would put anyone to sleep though, and that's not really what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a good time, with the lights and such. We in the space, we in here, and it ain't really doing much for us, but creating a problem. How long do I have to stay here for? Does it end? I don't know if it does anything from here. Please, give me something. Okay, so. Oh, so we just leave from here? There isn't anything else that goes on? Wait, there's no stars now. What happened to all the stars? Oh, okay, it loops. I think from here it loops back. Sorry, man. I'm going to this ending. We must reach this ending.
No. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I won't die.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
What you say? That you only meant well. Oh, thank God I lived.
Thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Nah.
No.
I've been told.
No, what are you doing, Stanley?
I've been told.
Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back.
I've
Why
got
are
some
you
bad
doing
news
this?
for you. We have to go back. We must go back. It only ends one way, narrator, and it's back at the beginning.
Stanley,
it didn't send me
let's go
back.
back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
You sound
My
actually
God.
so sad.
Is this really how much you dislike my
I
game?
love this game.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No.
You're literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
That's different.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. You're misreading. You see, the only way to restart is dying. I didn't die.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
I love you
guess
so
that was
much,
too
narrator.
much to ask.
No.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
It is. It is my choice. I must slowly, agonizingly ascend these stairs. Holy crap. Alright, yep. Game over, man.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Unfortunately.
I'm going back.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know I didn't want to do it to you like that.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Are you telling me if I just stand here and wait a duration of time, that the orders will come in? Or is there a different restart that'll have orders be on the screen for me to follow? Maybe. It did say for now, and I'm certain that there's new game content that we want to check out. So we'll do that next. Make sure that there's no monitor doodads to do. None so far, so far so good. New content!
Oh, new content?
Yep.
What does that mean, new content?
Let's find out. I haven't done this new content before. So let's give it a shot. Little merry-go-round roller coaster at
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Are you the game
As
creator?
you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I actually played it on
After
console.
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
It sure was.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay. What new content did you add?
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What if I get back on here? No? Okay. Oh, it was worth a shot. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but
We do
I'm
have
sure it's
the
just the
elevator
beginning of a mesmerizing
games.
adventure.
I'm excited.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Sorry,
at
that's a
long
little
last,
awkward.
it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yes, let's.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh,
I like where he
okay.
talks.
Let's see the content.
Tedious.
Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes, experience life through my eyes. Oh,
All right.
the jumping circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Wow, that's great.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Oh yeah, big elevator reveal maybe.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I don't have
If
any
this is
jumps.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could
That's
count
true.
to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more.
Yeah, if
Very
you just
good.
talk
Yes.
for over 1,000
I
hours.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for
Okay.
whatever it is.
Scaffolding. Great. Thank you for enjoying the new content. What?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You
I'm
see,
glad he plays
Stanley?
along with this.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started
think
on the
it
level of
took
craftsmanship
9
that's
years
gone into
for
it.
the
In fact,
expansion,
I'm looking right now at the
so
game's
you're not
achievements,
rushed.
and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality
know how you
assurance
get that.
department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and
I must know how to
intend
get that one.
find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
He said Twitter. Ha, it's not
It's my
called that
fault,
anymore.
Stanley.
Imagine
I
Twitter
built up
being
too
dated.
much anticipation around the new content. I'm
I
afraid.
actually hate that
It could
Twitter's a
never
dated
have
thing.
lived up
Like,
to such
what?
expectations.
Why would it? Come on, guys.
If you're still with me,
Twitter's still Twitter.
why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about?
Yes, let's do it.
No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah,
What
we're
do
just
you
playing
say,
again.
friend?
Let's do it. Together, you and me. You and me, buddy. Buddy, old pal. We got this. Can we not go back this way? The game didn't restart properly.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Why are you in the vent? Where are we going? Not really a fan of you taking me places without saying anything, man. I need to know. What's the goalio
You remember
here?
how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
What'd you make?
Take a look.
I'm excited. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes, yes, yes. Officing and pillars. And it's the outside.
I call it the memory zone.
Yeah.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
We've done like 3 endings so far, so
like
you don't have a lot.
the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good time. Holy crap, I'm lagging out the ass
You see,
right
Stanley,
there.
doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally
it came out in
launched?
October of 2013.
Back then, video games had integrity.
They did.
Back then, it all meant something.
Wow, Steam's page that didn't have a logo. Cool. Or download the demo for free. Watch on YouTube. Linguistics identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words. The Washington Post. Researchers identify 24 words whose sound and meaning have survived the past 15,000 years. 6 components of a great corporate culture. John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. Business bloggers at Harvard Business Review discuss a variety of business topics, including managing people, innovation, leadership, and more. So that was a whole nothing burger with that link. Oh, great. Good times. Office. Stanley sitting at the office. Choices. Endings of various variety. Let's begin again. Which I didn't get. That's a different ending. I didn't get like any endings, bro. So this is pretty bare so far. What we got here? The British Academy and Film of Arts. Something something. It doesn't say. Oh, it says The Last of Us. In the category of story. That's funny. It definitely had a story, that's for sure. 2014 Independent Games Festival. Audience Award. The Stanley Parable. Yay! The Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Galactic Cafe. World Class Award. Nice, dude. 2013, because that's the alarm. Great, we'll just move on from here. $1. Great, you got $1. A trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. That's true, it did happen. It all happened. We haven't gotten like any of these endings though, so pretty barren here. That's actually one of the best endings. So fun. You can just sit here in this bench thing. No? Yeah, fine. Don't let me sit in the bench.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim.
Can you
It was
say that?
Persona 3. It
I
was
don't know
all
if
of them.
Nintendo likes
And now,
that one.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just
Ultra
a husk
Deluxe.
now. A lifeless
Don't read any
husk
reviews except
with
this
an
one.
hour of new
How do you write
elevator
a
content.
How do you review a game like the Stanley Parable? To describe any one part of it is to risk its ruination. To detail what is to say about game design, the illusion of choice, and the psychology of the gamer is to tell you too much. Comparisons too are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be the Dear Esther, but the Dear Esther wastes the form of interactive entertainment. Stanley Parable uses it and then subverts it, where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Even so, holding the game to the standard of any other title is simply not going to be correct. This is a load of baloney. So how do you, yeah, Destructoid, great. How do you review a game that has become as known as the Stanley Parable HD, the full-scale reimagining of one most intriguing mods available online? How do you discuss it, analyze it, and recommend it? That's quite simple. You don't recommend it. Great. I like that nonsense, Burger. Great. This isn't what it looked like when we came in this room before. This was the outside. Let's not go that way. Let's go downstairs. Memory zone maintenance. You can't come in here. What's this? Nothing. Dang. Kinda hoping that door would be open. Wait, no. Little people. It's Stanley and not Stanley. And there's the two doors. Nice. Your number is 29, some sort of waiting room. I haven't gotten that.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I mean, if this version had come out, I probably would have never replayed Stanley Parable and then fell in love with it all over again.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
We could just restart.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Reviews.
Oh god, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the
reviews.
online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
In here.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Not recommended. What?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
No,
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine.
But there's a thumbs up right here. If you just look. If you just look. There's thumbs up. The game is recommended. If you just look. It's not all bad here, man. Look, there's some good reviews. There's greens. Look. You just look a little harder. There's no way this game has a bad review on Steam, right? Like, there ain't no way. Did it get, like, review bombed or something? Because I really like it. Even when it was shorter and smaller.
Okay, let's see.
Look,
what
there's
this
a good
one
review
says.
right here.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
I don't think you're preachy.
To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
feel
a good review,
like a failure.
a good review.
Like I let these people down.
Another good review.
Perhaps the
There's a
Stanley
lot of good
Parable
reviews here. You
isn't
just
quite
can't
as
see 'em.
sterling as I always remembered.
No, it's always been a good game. You just can't see any of the good reviews. It's hard to see the positive when there's any amount of negative. There's not going to be any counterexamples around the water here.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button.
I get that it's supposed to be a parable or something.
Yes, I think we can do that.
But
if I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't think we need that. I'm gonna be real. Like, what does it do for us?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with just the push of a button, you'll have
I wonder how much
right
script they have for this.
It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
I'll let you talk. Preach,
well, don't
baby,
sit
preach.
around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
Nah,
here,
you got this.
We'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah,
I was really hoping he wouldn't loop. That's kind of lame.
We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 200...
whatever.
Oh, you're back, you see?
Yep,
you were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
You said something about choice.
I happen to believe it was perhaps
I heard
one
all
of my
it.
more
I could have
profound
gotten to memorize it with how many times you repeated it.
Of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
How much dialogue do you have this time? I think I've sat through this one before.
Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
Yep, that's what that
is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being,
that is how
making no choice. Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yep.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review.
Nah, they
or at
likely
least
have
change
forgotten
some of the
about
wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Yeah, probably.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review. So
can you not change your reviews?
Widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game.
Period.
Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
What? That wasn't even a thing. Is he done? Okay, I guess we'll just, he ran out of words to say.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Really?
That
That's
last
insane.
one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
It's a good idea.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated.
Where's the door?
And we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, where'd the door go?
Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah, there was.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Right
How
here.
else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I
It
don't
was
think
definitely
one
right
can
there.
enter a room without a door of some sort or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A
No, there are
porthole?
no windows.
A sufficiently
There's a lot of-
large crack in the wall? I'll
Nope.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go
I have stepped
anywhere
away.
other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I swear there was. Where did it go?
Well,
Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
I
Is there
tried.
any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please,
I don't
I'll
think
take
so.
any option at all. I'm
Any
asking
option?
you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a
Yes.
door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm
Yep.
going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Yes, get us a
I
door.
don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please,
Okay,
please.
I won't.
Please do not press the skip button. Just wait here. Wait
Can
here
I
for me,
actually wait here?
and don't press the skip button.
Is this something
Got
I
it?
can actually do?
Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Okay. I will not press the skip button. We will exercise caution and we will give him a period of time in which we let pass in order for him to return with a door. And perhaps if he sticks the door in the wall by, say, drawing it, we may be able to enter said door. And once we pass through said door, we'll be able to open it. Before we pass through it, of course. My apologies, I misspoke in direction and order. And so far, the man has not really come back with his door, and I'm running out of things to say. It really feels like I'm rambling a little bit. Can you give us, like, any direction here? Something to do, something to see, people to, plead upon. Come on, give me something, anything. Literally anything will be beneficial to this moment, if you come back with the door. How many real game minutes do I have to wait for skip button Stanley Parable? Okay. The narrator starts to panic, declares that nope. The door that they entered, the narrator instructs Stanley not to press the button while he looks for a new door. 12 hours. Okay, is there gonna be a door this time? Okay, well, we're gonna have to. I'm sorry, but...
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh, some of the
You've
lights
just
have
been
went out.
frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
I'm sorry, I have
Oh,
to.
Stanley.
We need a
you're
way
back.
out.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time. That if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away.
No. And we're gone.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time.
I'm sorry, I don't want to hear this, dude. You're sad. You're saddening me. Man, this is the saddest ending. We're just gonna skim past it. We're not. I guess the button resets after a little while. Rip. So that's something. Some sort of alarm. Incessant beeping that we can't turn off. Probably the skip button making the noise, actually.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to...
Yikes. Sorry, man. It's pretty silent in here. Hello? Are you here? I'm surprised this hasn't fallen over or anything yet. Or like... The plant hasn't killed itself.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
And then it loops forever and ever and ever. Where's the narrator? Please come back, please. Don't leave me here alone in the darkness. I can't be left alone. I need... Oh, dear. The building's beginning to fall apart, yet the skip button remains. It's rather amazing that the skip button remains standing after all this time. We can see the outside. We're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Another click, perhaps. No? I mean, now there's dirt in here somehow. Don't know how the dirt got in here, but dirt don't hurt, I guess. Moving on. Hole in the wall. Nope. Did we just skip into nighttime? I don't know. It's like really dark. I'm gonna take a guess and say it's not nighttime in there. How about now? Do we see sunlight again? No? Did this just get buried or something? I'm confused. What happened? Oh, cool. Great. The button's on the floor. Can we wait for another skip? I don't think another skip will come. No matter how long I wait here. No skip button to be had. Just the desert. What happened here? Some sort of wasteland. As though some like nuclear warhead dropped or something and ended everything. There's nothing out here. Clouds, dust, no life, no humanity. We're alone. Alone in all of Earth, thanks to one skip button. The game restarts. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
All of his
Oh,
co-workers
thank
were
goodness
gone.
he's back.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
that's where
simply
we're
missed a
gonna go,
memo.
Totally. I need the bucket. I can't remember how to get the bucket. It's probably some sort of other ending, right? New content. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Really?
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
He said you noticed my sign in neon lights. Yeah. I noticed your sign, buddy. How could I have missed your sign? Bro, it was brighter than the sun. Dude's sign was so bright I couldn't see the stars. Yes, that is how light pollution works. New content spelled backwards. It just skipped all of that, which I'm so happy of. That was such a long roller coaster before.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and
Have you?
about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
you're right.
Stanley
So far, it's
parable
pretty
was
bad.
a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever
Some plain
the
Minecraft
Stanley
music.
Parable 2.
Alright, type it. 427. Stanley
Yes,
Parable.
you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Sorry. Twa, tu, do, twee, all, ba, dewey again, zwe, dos, do, jubo. I don't know, I tried.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe?
A little bit.
What does it even mean? But
Not
the
much.
Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old and busted, new content. New hotness with an office. Boring sections of the chart, cool red section of the chart. Because it's cool and red. They're back, 2 doors. The Stanley Parable 2. New mug, new mug. Stanley Parable 2 logo designs. Can I click through these? Where's the computer that has this? It won't let me click through them. I was kind of hoping it would. Dang. Stanley Parable 2. Stanley Parable 2. Now
to be
there's 2 of
clear,
them.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable
Oh,
2
you just
is
have
going to be.
all the
But
marketing
let's
down.
take a look at some of the features I've been developing for
There's
it.
some really bad looking
I
2s.
figure that if I
Like,
can
really
loosely
bad.
organize
Who
a
took the
handful of
red marker?
interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or
Scrum.
logical, really.
Design pitch, break, pitch design, number 2 chat. I guess that's 9. I don't know what Scrum is though. Scrum. We got the Scrum here. It's like a fancy looking little office going on here. Kind of dig it. Diggable. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. We've learned so much. Some of these are assets that are already in the game. Probably a lot of these assets are already in the game. We'll be real. Prior to the rebranding thing. You know, because you could just reuse them, like the office chairs and such. And stools, I think, might be new. Unless they were in another thing that I didn't see.
Here
Now,
we
everything
are.
in here
Go
is
on,
new.
try out some of the new features.
Oh, yeah. Merch. Does that QR code work? Hang on. Let me try. Takes you to StanleyParable2.com. Is it still up? Welcome to the official website. A sequel, huh? Okay. If you're more of a prequel sort of type, check out the Stanley Parable. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. Wow. Now in Expo Hall 2. That's where we're at. Expo Hall 2, I guess. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game, which is gonna get wrong, even though I have a pretty easy to get name. You know, a season. Hear your name in the game. I doubt it. X to doubt.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It is wonderful, and we're gonna press that button right now.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Ah, damn.
Do you feel it
There
deeply?
go my dreams.
Are you really, truly Jim right
Yep.
now?
Cracking open a burr.
Then please step forward and press the button.
Having like spilling some of it on my wife beater because my wife left me. Because of my drinking, probably. And I work on cars now, because I was let go from my office job, which was well paying. And I'm not actually a mechanic. I'm a tire guy. I change tires for a living. That's it. And I only do it on the side of the road. It's pretty dangerous, and it doesn't pay very well. But, you know, name's Jim.
Jim.
See, look, we did it.
Yes, you see, what a thrill!
It said my name.
What a rush! That was you.
My fake name.
The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, I'm not really feeling the Jim. Think divorced. Yep. Okay.
Jim.
Feeling the Jim. Oh yeah.
It hits even harder the second time. If
I don't know
this
about
were
that,
the
man.
only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Yes, sir. We're actually gonna press it again.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
I'm
putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No! My Jim button! Curse you. You took the Jim. I'll be back. I'll be back for that Jim button. Just you wait. I'll be back for it. Any of these say Jim? Please? I need it. The Jim button. Give me the Jim button. Let me in. It's behind this door. I know it is. Please. We'll try every door in this room. I must find the Jim button. Say my name. Say my name when nobody is around you. What about now? Is he back? No? Okay, fine. Be that way. Be that way. Now I'll exit, and then I'll come right back in. How about that?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
It would, wouldn't it? Perhaps I am Jim, and I must press the Jim button. Timmy, Sammy, Jim. My name is Jim. You remove the button still. Maybe if I had not pressed it and I had left and then came back to press it again, maybe I would have gotten the achievement. There's an achievement related to the Jim button. I missed it. Dang. Perhaps next time we will find more Jim buttons. You heard Jim in the game. Enjoy the new features. Exclusives. Button that says Jim. That's Jim. It has changed. That's not what it said before. It said name. Now it says Jim. A button that says Jim. Jumps still don't work. But it was worth a shot. Any of these doors go anywhere? There's so many doors here that don't lead anywhere. Lame. Lame, leadless doors. It's on a computer, nothing. I can't turn the screen off. How dare it not let me have control? Took away all the fun, man. Oh well. We'll go to the star room now. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Sure would be.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
The story, usually. You know, that's how epilogues work. Just big ol' epilogue button. New free easy achievement. We can go get that achievement in just a moment. Settings World Champion. We'll come back to that. And the bucket's back that way. Oh, I love the bucket. Okay. 1, pull over. 2, receive your new achievement. 3, no more steps. It just works. Okay.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Really? Where's the lever? Ah, it's over here. The lever. As you would, as an American.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers,
I want to know how to
we
get
hear
the
you, and I promise it will happen.
Test achievement. Okay. Once you've played through enough endings, you'll find a door, label new content, expo, simply return the machine. Okay, good. When you reach this ending, you once again talk to the mysterious person through the computer. Once again, what? Someone will ask you to set the time. What? Once you've played through enough endings, new endings, which allows you to explore the sequel ending. On the expo, you'll find an exhibit that isn't working. Someone will ask you to set the time. Eventually, we'll start the game. It will mention, they will mention that they will leave, but we'll see you again sometime. Once you've done this, select all 6 standing things. Epilogue. Okay, cool. Great. I didn't know you can come back here. That's great. Amazing. I'll come back to you. Maybe even in this session, we'll see. Gotta do some stretching after this ending. My back's starting to kill me.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jumping circle. It returns.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
They coded gravity correctly, so it's really fast for no reason. And I've got to get all the collectibles. Can you find them all? I can.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, You'll
He said
run
now
around
it's a
gathering
real
up these
video
miniature
game, like it
Stanley
wasn't before.
figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Hey, that wasn't very nice. 1 of 6. Da, 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 da. They're actually pretty quickly found, I think. Nice. Collect them all. Gotta collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Isn't it? When we check out the merch department, there literally wasn't any merch. So, please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday, Stepnies. Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
What? You're weird. I'll come back and press the opposite one next time. Don't you worry.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
No.
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
You swapped it. No, I'm coming back. Well, will you say something different, huh? Please let me try again. I didn't want this. This is not what I wanted. How dare you? How dare you, you monster. No screenshots. With just the right amount of change. Please, no screenshots. Red is the new orange. We're gonna screenshot this. Great, we screenshotted a whole new office. You heard Jim. In here again? Oh yeah, that's nothing. Is the gym button back? Please tell me it's back. I must press it again. Nope. Damn. Really hoping. One could only hope. Moving on. What else have we not done yet? The new infinite hole in the reassurance bucket. I'm gonna grab the bucket first so I can have the bucket. I love the bucket. That's where we came from. We don't want to go there. That would be cringe. Must get the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
I love the
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill
it's
your
like
mind.
a form of
and your
therapy
heart.
or something.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Water. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay. finally got the bucket. That's all I wanted in life. Is this bucket. The bucket is mine.
Can you feel it?
I have a bucket.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Only because this game has the best bucket in all of video games. I love this bucket. Because it loves me back. You'll see. You'll understand. This bucket is everything to me. Everything. Everything. We need this bucket for
Stanley,
the
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Really, that's interesting. I'm trying to get stuck, but it wasn't working. It's like they knew I would try to get stuck. Okay, we're gonna try it. Wow, it seems to fall for a really long
You see,
time.
isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I can teleport?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? It's infinite. I'll just keep falling. It's cool, bro.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
I hope it is.
Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh.
Okay, well, good for you.
Kind of hoping it would go a little further. You get your little ramble out of the way, and then I would teleport back up.
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Management.
What normal
From
person
management
actually
to
wants
everyone.
to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually
Forward
need.
me.
Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I am the problem. I apologize.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
You're the only one
Why
to talk.
don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
I'm gonna
I'll
wait
just
here
be
for
up here when you're ready.
just a second.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I can't wait just 1 second.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you.
I am
the problem
a problem.
is that you like holes too much.
I do.
Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no.
No. I
you
like
have
the
a
hole.
weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Will do, sir.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Yeah.
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about.
I really
and
don't
I've had
think
enough
you
of the hole
do.
for a lifetime.
I haven't.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
Who would have
If
known?
this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Steadily?
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep,
I mean,
even by the lax overall standards for
this is just a
accountability
pretty
and
deep
marketing.
hole.
What's going on here?
This
Stanley,
is just pretty
I
deep.
have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Would it really suck if I ignored him?
Oh, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still appealing to you?
It's like a
I know
sandbox.
you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay.
Is the teleport button not working?
It's not.
You sure?
I tried.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It's still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear
you're
to be
leaving me?
away from the hole,
But-
and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
But
you
you
get
can't-
to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything
He
else.
said literally anything.
Take care, Stanley.
Well, at least he
I
had
hope
the
you and
foresight to
hole
leave this
have
time.
a wonderful rest of eternity together.
He just left me. Great. It's me, the hole, the bucket. I've got 3 things here. Me, the hole, and the bucket. He doesn't have any of that. So all of us, just the 3 of us here, in this room, with the door. We don't care about the door. We just want. What's this mug say? It says new mug. That's something. There's a pause button. Do you know all the pause buttons in World 2? Oh, we're going down. The hole's descending. It's getting deeper. Spoopy. As we experience the universe around us, we slowly descend further, further, away from humanity. We drift away from the Earth. We enter the cosmos. A big, black nothing. Here, in the void, we are Stanley. Experiencing everything. The universe is us. We are the universe. Everything and everyone within it is all of us. Our perception. Oh yeah, now we really feel the power of light. Oh, crap. So, crap. Oh yeah, it's changed reality. And they're doggies, little doggies. I like it that it just flows in his face. I like this one. Got like an animated Stanley error, some like John Wick looking. We're just drawn now. I like these ones. We're back to normal. Okay, there's very little left.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Huh? What?
Oh, good, you're awake.
Okay. What?
It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Sorry, I
drifting
was
away into
daydreaming.
dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating.
You were interested in the hole.
I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
What?
From the looks of
But
things,
I liked what I was
you
going
and
to
I
say.
will have many, many years here in this hole.
Many years?
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Hasta la pasta. Laters. Are we gonna get to go back down though? That's fine. It's gonna be right before the hole. No, okay. I think that was it.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Can I just go and do the things again? Specifically the gym button. Mayhaps. Oh, button of gym, did you respawn? Probably not, but there's hope in my heart. Hunger in my eyes. Nope. Well, we have the bucket, so that's all we need in life. I guess I should have known since we have the bucket that it's not gonna redo everything. I think it's all of it, right? We got that. We got that. We did those. Took the screenshot when it said not to, so you know, always good, always good. We got the collectible. I guess just the exit now for the achievement, which doesn't exist yet. We haven't earned it. Well, I guess here we go. Exit this way. Unfortunately.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I think we've seen everything. There wasn't very much to see. Well, there was a lot to see. That covered a good bit of time. We got like an ending there, so that was nice. Hello, lovely. New mug. Please, no screenshots. I like taking screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
I'm starting to feel like there's going to be cuts needed to be made.
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay.
Don't worry, mad at me, dude. I got my bucket.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
I'm not ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Woo! Electric Boogaloo. Got a hole in the free achievement. I kind of like it. Some collectibles along the way.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of...
Yeah, not
okay,
really.
never mind.
The epilogue kind of
Hold
lame,
on.
but...
Let me do a different arrangement.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
What are we looking at? I'm less satisfied with this one.
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
It was even worse. I mean, it's got
isn't
two
a coherent video game at
it's
all.
got a
It's
hole
lot of
and the
gags.
jump circle. That's
And
amazing.
I do very much enjoy creating gags, but
How'd
they
you
don't
make
add up
that?
to anything.
Like, yeah, they don't really...
I wanted more than
agree.
anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Yes, I like that he
Would
says
it possibly
integrity
work?
a lot.
I suppose it could, but it would need a really, tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, we're excited for that.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Wow, looking snazzy. We're liking it, dude. We'll give the game a little
This is the
look-sees.
story of a man named
We'll start from the
Stanley.
beginning, because I skipped it last time.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
So
And although
pretty
others
much
might have
nothing.
considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every
That's
moment that the
soul-rending.
orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
This is exactly what I'm
Stanley
made for.
was happy. And then one
Very
day,
happy.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Excitement.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour
Of
when
course,
he realized
as
that
he
not
always is.
one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
That's
No one had
crazy.
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
I don't think we were able to skip that before. I think we had to sit there and wait every time in the original Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think we got everything there. Ah, the bucket. We'll just go with that.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I cannot put the bucket back down, so I must take it with me. Okay, we want to go to the
Stanley
adventure
clutched the
one.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on
We'll
his left.
we'll do the regular path with the bucket first, because I haven't done that yet. I don't think I've ever done that. Weird. It's me and the bucket here in the universe.
Still no one was here.
Meeting room.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth
These
and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps
do
his
not
boss's
alter
office
without-
was where he'd
Okay.
find answers.
Is it all the same? That's all the same. I don't know about that one. I didn't check it out. Up the stairs we
Coming to
go.
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We are looking for all of the Stanley little mans. There's one.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these.
No, there's
only
other
the
endings.
intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
It gives us
you
other
can't buy
endings.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across
I
one
will.
of these beautiful figurines.
I will. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. But he doesn't have to. Stanley doesn't exist. He's not in the mirror. And this mirror reflects the light wrong. Interesting. Okay. Move on, I guess. Oh dear. Aha! Yes, input received. Only a couple more. Well, this way. I can't go that way? Fine, be that way.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Okay,
Stanley
be that
was
way.
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the
That's
bucket.
4, 5 last.
Even now,
2,
in his
3,
darkest of hours,
4,
did the
5.
bucket's warmth and guide. But Stanley guessed the correct code by
Yep.
sheer luck.
By
Was it
sheer
the
luck.
bucket knew all along?
Yeah,
Was
the bucket told
bucket
him.
guiding him?
The bucket is
Yes,
guiding me.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Isn't it? There should be another Stanley boy right here.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about
We'll come up with something.
mini stands? Stanley figs? What about
Stanlerines.
Stanlerines? Yes,
I like
I think I
Stanlerines.
like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Now that we're coming up with fun little names for them, that's getting better and better. Down we go. Let's go. Down.
The elevator raced
below.
downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
It'll guide me. It'll hold me to the end.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I like that he says, and the bucket, as though the bucket's separate. Because we all know it is. The bucket is separate. Alright, open up.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The world may never know. Should have just jumped off. Gotten the jump off ending. Is there a Stanley down there? I wonder. Making sure there's not.
The monitors jumped to
I don't
life,
see any
and Stanley nearly
down there.
dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone
But I
in
didn't,
the
'cause
office
it's my
was being
bucket.
videotaped,
I would never drop my
monitored like
bucket.
guinea pigs.
It's
The
my
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Wait, why is the bucket sad all of a sudden? Ain't I the scaredy cat? I'm brave? Nice. That's nice. Change of pace.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Likely.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Only one way to find out.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
We have to find out.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
Into the bucket.
His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
You're here for me, right, bucket? You and me, man. It's us against the world. Us against
But here
everything.
was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh dear.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad,
circle?
or content. Walking,
Okay.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded
I've
from
never
this very place.
found the jump circle
And
again.
as the cold reality of
in-
his
in
past
this.
began to sink in,
I played this
Stanley
before.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its
It was
terrible
over there. It
power
didn't say anything over there
over
before,
another
did
human
it?
life.
I
For
was staring
he
down there
and
last
the
time.
bucket
Oh, maybe it
would
did.
dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket,
Us against the world, bucket. We will take this evil down. We will no longer be under
Stanley and the
influence.
bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Just you and me, bucket. I'm sorry this had to happen.
Yes!
Whoa, Mike.
They had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed
Mind
themselves from the
control.
tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom
Yeah.
was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to
I'm
discuss
glad
the
that
kind
we
of
got
life
this.
they wanted to
You
live
and me,
once
bucket.
they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in
Put the
every
bucket
country
on
Earth.
roller skates.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they
Why-
envisioned, but
why
it was
would
one
they-
they'd lived
what?
together,
That's such
with
a
one another
strange.
to lean on, to trust, to support.
Very interesting on that one, man. They want to.
What? Wait, what was happening?
Wait.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the
No.
facility itself recognized the incredible
No.
calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
No,
while he
no,
has such
no,
a precious
no.
bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
My butt.
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in
If I had
darkness
thrown
isn't
the
really so
bucket,
bad, Stanley thought
then-
to himself.
then
As long as I have my bucket with me, right?
It
I'll
would've
be
been in
okay,
here.
won't I? Stanley gulped. very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay, that's just me in the bucket. And a restart. Dang, you can't complete it with the bucket in your hands. How sad. Looking for the next input. We're still gonna grab the
A
bucket.
soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started.
What?
And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
What? I've never heard him change his opening line before. Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. So that's where a figurine is at, guys.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Left your computer on, Jordan. So, I mean, we have to go up, right? No. Where's the last computer at? I'm trying to think where another computer is in any path.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Not to the right,
and
is
entered
there?
the door on his left.
The only other one I know of is the one going off to the meeting room. We'll follow this one through a little bit. There's a figurine in here. How can we find them? Let's find out. Bottom text. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure the retrieval. There are many questions. There is no memo from management. How can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Well, we never know. Well, so we found both of those already. This one's downstairs, which I guess we'll do. Employee 416. Thank you. Good luck. If we can turn the lights on in here, it'd be better, but... Great. Well, we know where some is at. There will be a reward for finding them all, but it says there's not. Mission status. A large room with lots of boxes. We know where to go for the red and blue, so that's to go the wrong way. So we have to go the wrong way there. Stairs, something to do with stairs. That's... Don't know exactly which one that one is. Oh, this is the one for under the stairs. A large room with lots of boxes. I'm pretty sure both of those are in the same area, so we'll figure that out. Closet. Nothing. Okay. Moving on. We'll hit this
Coming
one
to
up.
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
Nope.
to the boss's office.
Not dying.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
You don't want to call them
Stanleys?
Stanlerines?
Between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Definitely
What
not
do you think,
Figlies.
Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen
Come
go
on,
up
man.
by
You
one?
hit
Let me
gold
sit on it.
first
I'm sure
time.
it will come to me.
You hit gold the first time, man. You didn't need to change it up.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He
No.
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
And I
And
am
in
not
such a
getting
competitive
fired.
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His
Yep.
boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in
I didn't know the
difficult times
bucket
such
was
as
actually
these.
responding to me.
He held the
1,
bucket
2,
close,
B4.
yet felt none of its familiar
confused.
reassurance and comfort.
What's
And
with
that's when
this
Stanley
B everywhere?
realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong.
How do I drop the
Surely
bucket?
no good would come from this.
Good,
Who
I
knows what
dropped it.
sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
Yeah, why
Now
are
he
the
felt
rooms
himself
repeating?
floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he
Wait,
exclaimed. Without
why
my
am I
bucket,
floating?
I've gone truly mad.
Oh, dear.
Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to
Bucket.
him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me!
I'm coming,
the
Bucket.
bucket. could it truly be?
I'll
he
be
rushed
there.
forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Where's my bucket? My bucket. Please.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
My bucket.
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
I have to get the bucket out.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
The bucket was in me.
This is
like,
the story
actually.
of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and
Gotta
walked to
have
her
that
place
bucket.
of work. But on this particular day,
Everyone
her
loves the
walk was
bucket.
interrupted
Bucket's
by
my
the
friend.
body of a man who had stumbled
I'll tell
through
you about my
town,
friend Bucket.
talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Yeah.
How cruel
didn't.
the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her
He
own
grabbed the
bucket
wrong
even
bucket.
tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass.
Of course
and
it does.
She backflipped all the way to work.
Oh, all the way to work. Dang. That's Insano style, bro. Can't believe she backflipped all the way to work. My life kicks ass. Let me backflip all the way to work. Don't tell me it reset. Because getting that phone trigger. It's not letting me pick it up. We're almost there. Is it not this phone? Which phone is it? Well, none of them, I guess. I'm so glad it stopped. We want the bucket? I think we want the bucket. Nah, we want to try to get that line one without the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
No, actually, we
doors,
want
this
to
was
jump
not
off
the correct
the
way
thing.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
So
perfectly
we get
well.
the blue
Perhaps
and
he
red
wanted
room.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Standing now in this incredible
thing in
room,
here.
Stanley for the first time,
Yep.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is it in there? Nope. Sorry.
Stanley was so
We're
bad at
speedrunning.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, there's one down there. I'll grab that in a sec. We just have to get this Stanley. Yeah.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines.
No.
Very soon, you'll collect the
That
last
one was the
and
worst
then
one
the
yet,
first
man. Like,
number
come
will
on.
equal the second
I like
number, and
I
that
like
will be
Figley's
it.
more than that.
We'll
That
be
was
different
this one
people
was
by
that was
then.
just a
Different
god
in
awful
the
name.
sense
You'd
that
like.
we used to have
Seriously?
none of them, and now we have them all.
Yeah.
You can't go back
It'll
to
be a
when you
sense
had
of
no
completeness.
Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Which then I'll get them all, and I'll be like, damn, I still don't feel anything. Alright, now to go to the vent. I haven't done the vent one yet. We venting out here. It's like Among Us. We out here being the Amalgus. Oh, he's been venting.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path
He had to leave.
that it seemed the office
He
had
was
begun.
just here.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording?
Yes.
It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet
Yeah.
that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet
Yes,
each and
I do
every
think
time
so.
you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life
Yes,
being an
it is pretty
unending
simple to
waterfall
me.
of surprises and delights.
That's me.
How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Yeah, it's nothing's a dull.
Now it becomes
Everything's
sad. Look what you've done to me.
sunshine
This
and
is
lollipops
all
for my
your
brain.
fault.
Totally. Yep, my fault. That was all my fault. I was just getting a Stanley. I'm gonna get one more, going roughly the same path. So
Stanley had never seen the office
beeline it.
this brightly
No,
lit.
no,
Was it a sign
I
of
missed the
something?
last one.
He hoped it was. He
Missed
hoped
the last
very much that it
one.
was.
I need to restart. That sucks. We suck. Dang. Dang, it doesn't normally close after you, too.
When Stanley
Shoot,
came to a set
we were
of
too
two open
focused on the
doors, this was
Stanley.
not the correct way to the meeting room.
Sorry,
and
I'm
Stanley knew
beelining it.
perfectly well.
Can't believe
Perhaps he
I
wanted to
screwed that
stop
up
by
so
the
bad.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See, we're not gonna go the
Stanley felt
stairs
lightheaded,
ending, though.
butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business,
We've got one
Stanley
left.
took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Ignoring it.
Stanley was so
Up
bad
the
at
lift.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Sorry, man. Moving on.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Why can't there be a
I'm
circle
not
right here
your
that lets me
enemy,
jump?
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your
I
trust
know,
in someone
I
else
know.
can be difficult.
You
but
want
the
to talk
fact
to
is
me
that
about
the story
things
has been
and
about
stuff,
nothing but you all this
but
time.
I've got some bad
There's
news
someone
for you,
you've been
bro.
neglecting, Stanley.
I must.
Someone you've forgotten about. Really?
Yeah.
I was in the
Yep.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
None.
others? Are you
There's
that
a Stan
convinced that I
Lorraine
want
this way.
something bad to happen to you?
I
Why,
have to get the
I don't know
Stanley,
how to
bro.
convince you of this, but I
Dude,
really
you
do
need to
want to help
understand.
you, to show you
It's
something
not-
beautiful.
What about you?
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. And there it is. The
Yes.
last Stiggly Wiggly.
I like
Savor
Stiggly
this
Wiggly,
moment,
actually.
Stanley.
We can call it
This
Stiggly Wiggly.
is a real accomplishment.
Especially with your
This
accent.
is
like,
doing
Stiggly
something
Wiggly.
just for the
Stiggly
sake
Wiggly.
of doing it. Where
Yes,
so
and I
many
did it.
people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
And I
you've
am.
insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them
Thank
all,
you.
but that would be like a reward,
Oh.
and we can't have that. So,
Oh.
instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can
Yay,
go to whatever
we
the hell you
did
were doing
it.
before you hunted for figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I can't go through the red door, because if I go through the red door, then I have to go to the
Perhaps you
suicide.
misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
He said,
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
I'm colorblind.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I'm excited.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't
Yay!
even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Yes.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this
You
what
did
you
it.
wanted?
Mhm.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
I think a little bit.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
I bet you did. I'm
And
sorry.
in the end, it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
Because this is what you wanted to see.
Well, at the end,
Help
everything's
me here, Stanley.
all
Help
for nothing.
elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
I've got everything I
Vehicles?
wanted. I just had to
Skill
do a
trees?
different
Work
path.
with me. You've given me absolutely
I'm
nothing
trying to
so
have
far.
content.
Tell you what,
Content.
Let me take a stab in the
You
dark
understand,
at a
sir.
new design, and you can
I
give me some
needed
feedback.
to have a difference.
There we go. A third option. This
Woo.
already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it
Third
for a spin.
option.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Yes.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I
Aha!
love more
You
choices.
see, I knew I was onto something.
Yes.
Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well,
It's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut.
Yes.
I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
It was the logical next step. If 2 doors weren't enough, how about we try 3?
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough,
yes.
I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
We're gonna try again. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. In total. Yeah. Now we could be a jerk and go the other way.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
We'll go with the 4.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Oh, really?
And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Nah, Perfect. I don't mind.
Let me boot it up.
Bet. We'll check it out, man.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
So,
I think the art
did you want to watch
really
a baby burn? Because I don't think
course,
there's an
the
end
message
to this,
of the
right?
game only becomes clear
Fairly certain
once you've
this
been
is just
playing it for about 4 hours.
Quicker.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
4
Be sure
hours?
to keep notes on your experience.
If you actually do 4 hours, oh my god! And it's an unburn. I'm sorry, the baby's gonna have to burn. Everything's just so annoying about this one. I'm sorry. Dude.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Dude, it was the noise.
If it's the latter, well, I don't
bro,
know what
it
to
was
do.
I couldn't. I
can't think
just
of a single
couldn't,
thing
bro.
that might improve
Like, I was
the
not cool.
experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
I just couldn't do it for 4 hours. You told me to play the game for 4 hours. I can't do it for 4 hours. That was insane.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah, great. Try another game. I like it. What the heck is this?
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
What is this?
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Volunteer as lookout.
Yes,
Paradise.
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
We live up here.
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Flora of Sunshine. Okay. Don't tread on me. We American. Okay, some propane tanks. Can't really do anything with it. The engine is struggling a little bit to produce these shapes, but it's alright.
No, it can't be.
Oh, this grass. What? There's nothing here. Wow.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No, my decisions.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
My freedom.
You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
But
let's find another game.
I like the
Preferably
freedom
something
of
with walls.
freedom.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Did you just look up Walls? Just a game called Walls, please.
I think this will be just the thing.
Or a prison game of some kind.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh, we can go over here. This isn't part of regular map.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Yeah.
Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
I don't think it's
yes,
that.
I think surely we must.
Looks like soccer.
Stanley, here's the ball.
You know
Have
soccer.
Fun.
Your accent would suggest that you know soccer. Going right into the goal here. Yeah, look at that. Boom.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Yes.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
No.
Stanley, I have a thought.
This
And
is
I realize
really
I'm not
funny,
a sportsologist,
This
but
is
if
such a
one ball
this is such a
generates
commentary
certain
on.
amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls
Yes.
makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Bring the
I'm going
second
to
ball.
try it out. Here comes another ball.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel
We're gonna
amazing,
have to-
doesn't it?
we're gonna
Stanley,
physics.
I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply
come
have
back.
to have more. I'm insatiable.
Drop another ball.
More balls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Physics. We love physics. Collide into every ball. Let's go. Wait, am I team yellow?
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
A little
Are
bit.
you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Something like it.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Aww.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This
That's
is my
upsetting.
game.
The
and what
perspective
I
doesn't
say
really work when
goes.
you look up.
You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley.
I mean, that's fair.
Besides,
You are God
need
in this
someone
world.
like me to set boundaries for you.
Yeah,
Without rules
that-
or
that-
boundaries,
that do
video
be like
games
what
are
you do.
nothing.
I
Yes,
understand that.
That's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided
You
you didn't
are
want to play my
a god.
game, now I don't want to play with you either. So goodbye, Stanley. I'm
But you
leaving.
a dude.
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with
Sure
something.
am.
After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh. Did he actually leave me? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. Can you come back? Do I have to manually restart this? Normally it'll quit to menu? Begin the game. I don't think it would ask me the time. I have to actually quit the desktop. Not cool, bro. Not cool. And I have to reset the button input, huh? What the?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's it's those figurines. Those figglers.
What did you do?
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
I know, right?
Wasn't it just
Isn't it
the
great?
most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
A little bit.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story,
Yeah, something like
but
that.
won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Yeah, we can do that. One last time to say goodbye. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Yeah, I know. It was a good time. We really conquered that. Zone, sweet zone. Nothing we can open though. Down to the collectible.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then,
Everything
we had
has a
no
beginning.
idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen,
It
but
sure
how
did.
could we know for certain? We were so
Because that's what it
innocent.
said.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Great, now we have 7 of them. I wonder how many you can actually get. Can you get 8 in total? That would be awesome.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be
know.
honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. but you
Really?
continue
You had
to
no faith
surprise
in me?
in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable
Bro.
ways.
Seriously? You couldn't believe it.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
We all know it was the boss's office. Because I had just come from the bathroom. So why wouldn't it be the boss's office? It was.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Yeah, I
I'm
sure
glad
did.
these moments
I
are
know.
so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After
I'm like a
all,
klepto, though. I'm
science
picking up
tells us
every
that
single
it's
one.
impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally also remember this. We totally didn't just come across this just now. A place I've never been before.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Yeah.
In fact, because this one is
off.
particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the
Oh, really?
occasion. Enjoy.
Okay, nice. Like a 2009 YouTube video. Oh yeah, using like Movie Maker. What's that back there? Whoa, there's one right there. We must collect the minifigure. We got him. Look at that collection. Achieved. High five. Job well done. We did it. We did it. I found it near the cargo lift. Can you believe it? I know. Insane. Rather insane. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in next time. Music by the narrator. Best boy narrator starring Stanley. Copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
It took you 8 minutes? Wow, that's great. Moving on to the next one. Ooh. What is this? Ah, it was in the room.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible,
Yes.
the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Now we have 12.
This memory is the most
out of
distinct
6.
and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened
We've
more
collected
recently
all
than
of the
all the
Stanley.
others. Who can truly say how the mind works?
We've got
All
so
I
many
know is that
Stanley.
this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
I know. Insane,
Except
right?
for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yes. Did they both go to the same place? Great. We went through the red one because that's the one we're supposed to go through in the story, so. We're in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward.
I mean,
into
we can
the
retell
future.
the exact
Goodbye,
same
memory zone.
part over and over and over. It's always an option. Right, now if we quit.
No,
Oh,
I'm
thank
not
goodness.
done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how
Absolutely.
that feels.
Oh yeah. Being a rebel right now. We're gonna go fucking door.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
Yeah.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
More, he says. More. Now, we climb up
And
here.
here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, at least you sped it up this time. Cargo lift, thank you. Yep, great.
Yes. I
Amazing.
love that video.
We got it. Another Stanley. How many of these can we collect? Is the real question. And then it was the pink room. Right?
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley.
Yeah.
Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, it's definitely a room. It's got, like, an apple and pink.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them.
I know, right?
I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yeah. We didn't make it like a reward or anything, other than, you know, let's do it over and over and over. What if we went down the direction of under the stairs, now that we've gone the right way?
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes,
I
I
do
remember
remember.
it too.
But there's not a slogan
The past is
here.
truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Oh,
Keep going.
dear. I don't remember this part. And yes, the very
This
first.
is it. The very
Figgler.
first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
We collected them all. It was just the museum again, actually. The drum circle. Great! Is this all the...
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then.
I'm so glad we got to keep jumps. They don't restore
In
at
fact,
all.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now.
Kinda sucks.
Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
More, he says. More!
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
the
two
two
doors.
doors.
Yes!
Who could have
Who could've
forgotten
forgotten?
that? A classic memory, this one.
Of course. Ah, yes. And then...
And before everything else, there was your office.
Of course. How could it have been anything else?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
And there's the launch
There's something
screen.
I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started.
Really?
Back then I was different.
Really?
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed
Different
each
ending.
decision with profound thoughtfulness.
I've never gotten this
And
ending
then
before.
somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Yeah, it sounds like
perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again.
Can
I
you?
can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore.
Really?
Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's
Hey,
go
how about
back
that?
just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
You're killing him?
I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
Damn,
Okay,
dude.
here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I guess we can end here. Let me run this one.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I wish it picked up properly.
Stanley
have
worked
to
for a
run this
company in a
through
big
one more
building
time.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
Awaiting input. Click. Input received. Uh-oh. What happened? White screen. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. What do we do? Can we turn all the lights up? Is it impossible? Do they stay up? There's a lot of buttons in here. buttons? No, they do not. How long do we stay in heaven for? Does heaven have an ending? We'll have to look up to see if it does. This is a button here. We'll look it up. Okay, and then when you get there, the ending was added. Oh, we should have grabbed the bucket. We will exit the game again. What a good ending. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It is kind of late, so we had to unfortunately end the stream. Even though I could totally keep going, I have to get ready for bed so I can sleep. Maybe streaming in the morning. If not, we are definitely streaming in the evening, as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, for everyone who came in. I had a lot of fun. I really like this game. Sorry if I wasn't talking too much. I like the narrator talking, getting his word out, but I did have a lot of fun. So, thank you.